follow. The Lions, thanks to the Philadelphia Suns, up the stairs to the second floor where our formal program will take place. Thank you.
Like to begin our program in just a couple minutes. So if I can ask you to please wrap up your conversations and take your seats and direct your attention to the stage, we would really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's give a warm round of applause to the Philadelphia Suns Youth Group and Harry Leong. With that spirit of good fortune and celebration, we are honored to welcome you to PCDC's 60th Anniversary Gala. My name is Nydia Hahn. I am delighted to be your mistress of ceremonies this morning. How fitting that we are here at the National Constitution Center, where our history is celebrated and recognized because our history is American history, and we are celebrating 60 years of an incredible organization tonight. It is so great to see all of you. We welcome you. We thank you for coming. It is a gorgeous evening. How lucky we are that we get to be in such a beautiful venue. Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation is an organization close to my heart. I am in awe of PCDC's history and its continuing activism and coalition building for our community. PCDC inspires, impacts, and influences. Our fine city owes PCDC a debt of gratitude for protecting our neighborhood and always keeping an eye to the future. It is amazing as we stand today to realize that 10 years, and then another 10, and then multiply it by 6, that is where we are today. Back in 2021, I had the privilege to do a story about Cecilia Moyep, the godmother of Chinatown, who saved Chinatown and led the first fights for equality and justice more than 60 years ago. Yes, let's give her a warm round of applause. So for those of you who aren't aware of the story of PCDC and Cecilia, I want to give you a little snippet. Cecilia was served an eviction notice. The city demanded that she, a widow with 3 children, give up her family home to make room for a new commuter rail tunnel. Cecilia fought to stay. She stayed, and she stayed in her house with her 3 young children while the tunnel was being built. The city piled dirt so high it was up to her 3rd floor. But Cecilia stayed. And she stayed until the city heard her demands and built the first new housing development in Chinatown's history to replace the homes that were demolished by the commuter rail construction. Cecilia still lives there today, and it was Cecilia's first victory of many. Her second fight came when officials planned to tear down Holy Redeemer Church and School, Chinatown's focal points, as part of an expansion of the Vine Street Expressway. Cecilia united the entire community, reaching out to people within and outside of Chinatown. She created PCDC, Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation, to fight the plan. And she won. Transportation officials agreed to scale down plans for the expressway, and as I think you all know, the church and school still stand today. But every 10 years has brought a new battle. Cecilia told me they even tried to put a federal detention center in Chinatown. Then in 2000, just as she was about to retire, Cecilia led PCDC's effort to oppose a baseball stadium. And of course, history repeated itself just recently with another fight to save Chinatown, this time from a basketball arena. And PCDC led the charge again, this time with the incredible John Chin, PCDC's current executive director, at the helm. PCDC's current executive director, John, is continuing Cecilia's legacy of organizing and pushing to protect the community. This is the most persistent group I have ever come across, and I am just privileged to be able to talk about them today and to be here today as they celebrate 60 wonderful years. I've also had the privilege of working with John many times over the years in my capacity as a journalist for 6ABC. John has been a great connector for critical coverage of the community, especially during COVID, when our voices needed to be elevated, when our stories needed a light shined on them. I knew I could always count on John to help me do my work and to help countless others as well. So thank you, John. We really appreciate you. And thank you, Cecilia. You are truly my hero. Chinatown is a really important jewel in our city's crown. It enriches our city and has impacts on Philadelphia well beyond its borders. It is thanks to the leadership of PCDC, Cecilia, and John that Chinatown continues to be a vibrant piece of the fabric of our orbit. So once again, congratulations to PCDC on your 60th anniversary. I am so excited to be here tonight to celebrate you and to honor another group of very important people. So cheers to what lies ahead. I know the future of Chinatown is in very good hands. Now, during the cocktail hour, I hope you enjoyed the beautiful showcase of art and culture that helped set the tone for tonight's celebration. We are really grateful to Dorothy Lee, Little Mulan Dance Troupe, Tian Chi Wu, Frank Wang, Atesh B. Kamardan, Wen Flo Tai Chi, Sienna Lee, Yi Ching Wu, and Shijun Ma for sharing their incredible talents with us. Please join me in giving them a well-deserved round of applause. And now it is my great pleasure to introduce someone I am proud to call a friend, someone who also inspires me every day. Margaret Chin chairs the PCDC Board of Directors. She retired from the School District of Philadelphia after 38 years of service. During her proud tenure, she served as Philadelphia principal of Southwark School in South Philadelphia and a cabinet member of the school district's central administration. She was one of the first Asian Americans to hold a high position at the school district. And always an active servant, Margaret was the president of Asian American Educators and the Asian American Women's Coalition, which is how I know Margaret so well. Margaret is the current treasurer of AAWC, and at PCDC, Margaret has served on the board for over 15 years in various roles. Please welcome Margaret to the stage.
Good evening， 尊敬嘅社團領袖、親愛嘅鄉親朋友，好感謝你今晚嚟參加華埠發展會 PCDC 60週年慶典。PCDC 60年嘅成就係你哋嘅功勞同埋支持嘅成果。在此，希望我哋能夠繼續同心合力，加油，為輝城華埠造福。為我哋下一代建立美好嘅家園，安居樂業，生意興隆。多謝大家。Good evening. On behalf of Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation, PCDC, Board of Directors, and staff, we welcome you to our 60th anniversary celebration tonight. Are you having a good time? Six decades ago, PCDC emerged from a shared belief that strong communities are built when we are empowered to shape our future, with the mission to protect, promote, and preserve Chinatown. PCDC's energy to serve is unwavering, as PCDC was born in the year of the fire horse. And this is the year of the fire horse again. We are founded to fight against the Vine Street Expressway so that we could preserve Chinatown. But we built, yes, we built, from the Crane Community Center to the many affordable housing in Chinatown. The Hinghua Yun, Meihua Yun, Xinghua Yun, the senior housing at Onlock, the senior housing at Ping An, and the recently built Manon House, to name a few, and the coming soon Chinatown Stitch Capping Project to reunite Chinatown. PCDC stood tall. Yes, we have stood tall, we evolved, and we responded to the changing community needs by embracing a broader vision one that centers on empowerment, on community ownership, and on long-term sustainability. As board chair, I am so proud of PCDC's achievement and impact, and for its close ties to the people that we serve and those who guide our work every day. I'm deeply grateful to our founders, past and present board members, some of them are here, dedicated staff, trusted partners, community advocates whose commitment has shaped our 6 decades of progress. Their leadership ensured that PCDC remained grounded in its values while bold in its aspirations. As we celebrate 60 years of building home, hope, and heritage, we look ahead with clarity and reserve. The foundation is here. The work continues. So does our responsibility to build community, effect change, and empower the next generation. Thank you and welcome again. At this time, I would like to invite you, John Chin, Executive Director of PCDC.
Thank you, Margaret. A couple of announcements before I acknowledge some special guests and sponsors. There are red boxes on the table. There should be one for each one of the guests at the table. They are for you to take home, a special momentum for the 60th anniversary. Number two, I was told someone left an iPhone and iPad. It's at the security desk, and the ring on the phone is Toxic by Britney Spears. I'm not sure if you would want to collect the phone now. But we have special guests here tonight, and it's an honor for me to see all of you here tonight joining us for 60 years of celebration. To begin with, acknowledging Senator Nikhil Saval, 1st District Senator. Chinatown's favorite councilman, 1st District, Mark Squilla. Councilmember Ru Landau. And later on, representing the governor's citation, Razin Karu, Executive Director. There's many guests in this room, and I want to actually spend a couple minutes just to acknowledge all of you, because you all play a very important role in the work that we do in the city of Philadelphia. So Ron Sorn with the Department of Behavioral Health and Intellectual Disability Systems on your Immigrant Wellness Academy. Thank you, Ron. Asian American Lions Club from Chinatown. Center City District, Prima Gupta, looking forward to the pop-up businesses on Market Street East. The Chinese Benevolent Association, Andy Toy with the Department of Planning. Commerce Department, Yvonne Boy. Judge Stella Tsai, Commonwealth Court of Pennsylvania. Judge Nelson Diaz is here with us tonight. And his better half, Commissioner Sarah Manzano Diaz. Hip Sing Association from Chinatown. And of course, Reverend Lorena Marshall Blake from Independence Blue Cross Foundation. What kind of bonnet are you wearing tonight? Jefferson Health Plans, Dr. Keith Leapart and Hugh Lavery. One of our most generous business owners in Chinatown is New King Him, Simon Lee. The Online Merchants Association, the Department of Aging, Tom Sneddon over here. And of course, our neighbor in Chinatown, the Pennsylvania Convention Authority, John McNichol. Philadelphia Housing Authority, Kevin Jeremiah, congratulations on all this affordable housing that you're preserving. And tonight, I haven't seen you yet, but Philadelphia Parking Authority Executive Director Richard Laser, soon to be the director of the Philadelphia Ports. Congratulations. Looking forward to big things. And one of the dynamic duel for PHL 250, Catherine Ott Lovell. PIDC Jody Harris, President. The Chugel Association of Chinatown. And the other half is Visit Philly's Angela Val, CEO. And of course, right here in front of us, Judge Ida Chen, longtime friend of Chinatown and PCDC. And with that, it is my duty to actually also recognize the sponsors here tonight. You have been great partners of PCDC in ensuring that Chinatown is preserved and protected. Diamond sponsors, Jeffrey and Tina Laurie. Platinum sponsors, Comcast, Spectacor, Pico, and Wells Fargo. Gold sponsors, Jefferson Health Plans, Pennsylvania Convention Center, PNC Bank, and United Healthcare. Oh, got a crowd there. Silver sponsors, The Abstract Company, Hunter Roberts Construction Group, Independence Blue Cross, WSFS Cares Foundation. And to our J sponsors, Asian Bank, Children's Village Child Care Center. All right. First Trust Bank, Jerry Wang, IBEW Local 98, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, the Philadelphia Building Trades, Philadelphia Parking Authority, Penrose Development Corporation, the Pennsylvania Convention Visitors Bureau, John Kroll, Santander Bank, and we have a special anonymous friend who's also a donor, and TD Bank. And last but not least, Pearl sponsors 6 ABC News, Asian American Women's Coalition, Dwayne Morris, Fulton Bank, Greater Philadelphia Health Action, Mid-Penn Bank, On Look House, Miss Pearl Lee, Pannoni Engineering, Philadelphia Housing Authority, Regional Foundation, the Reading Terminal Market. And then our friends and sponsors, Citizens Bank, Chinese American Women's Sisterhood Society, Miss Daphne Kwok, Domus Construction, Frank Esposito Construction, Catherine Nee, PCDC Board Member, Keystone First, Lorraine Liu Board Member, Martin Chan Board Member, New Kim Hing, Philadelphia Industrial Development Corporation, PZS Architects, S&H Pang Partnership, Saxton Stump, Sojourner Consulting, Tylek Seafood Restaurant, and 908 Cherry Street Development. Please give them all a big hand. And to our host committee, co-chairs Margaret Chin and Shirley Moy, Senator Nick Saval, Councilmember Mark Squilla, David L. Cohen, Prima Gupta, John McNichol, Todd Glickman, Catherine Ott Lovell, Debbie O'Brien, Anush Gupta, Reverend Lorena Marshall Blake, and Brett Perkins. Thank you to the host committee. And, you know, this organization has an engine, which is the staff, but we also have board members, which help steer the car. Margaret Chin, Shirley Moy, Romana Lee Akiyama, Philip Wan are officers of the board. L. Liu, Martin Chan, David Chang, Michael Chow, Harry Leong, Wyman Ip, Pauline Markey, Gary Eng. Catherine Nee, Phil Shu, Florence Tang, Carol Wong. And I do want to acknowledge some of the longtime board members. Carol Wong's been a board member since 2001. Harry, 2004. Wyman, 2005. And Gary, 2006. Thank you very much. And speaking of the engine, would all the PCDC staff please stand up? You probably are already standing up, but please stand up. Let's give them a round of applause. And Rachel Mack, please keep standing. Rachel Mack was the event planner for this event for the 60th anniversary. She runs PCDC, and you are not going to get a seat here tonight without Rachel Mack's blessing. So thank you, Rachel. Now it's my pleasure. This next phase is the citations from elected officials. I'd like to invite Margaret Chin back up to the stage and our Vice Chairwoman, Shirley Moy. Councilman Mark Skula and Senator Saval, are you still here? Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Asian American Heritage Month, happy May Day, and happy 60th anniversary to the inimitable PCDC. My name is Nikhil Saval. It is my honor to represent the people and communities of Pennsylvania's 1st Senatorial District, which is one of the most racially, ethnically, linguistically, and culturally diverse districts in all of our Commonwealth. I'm proud to say that our district includes not just the gorgeous space but where we're gathered, but also all of Chinatown, a precious jewel nestled in the heart of our city and beloved by people up and down the coast and famous across the country. Thank you so much to John, to Margaret, to all the staff of PCDC for bringing us together. It is such a joy to celebrate 60 years of your work. A few hours ago, I joined thousands of workers in the streets celebrating May Day, a day to uplift our collective power, to commit to the ongoing struggle for a better world, and to honor all those who fought before us. I mention this because Chinatown was born from the collective struggle of immigrants who moved here in an effort to build a better life for themselves and their families. Community development centers like PCDC have their roots in struggle too, coming out of the civil rights movement to fight redlining and disinvestment that strangled our cities and starved our communities. At age 60, PCDC is only slightly younger than the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965, one of the most influential pieces of legislation in our country's history, and one which transformed the ethnic and racial makeup of the United States. The passage of this bill was a direct result of the organizing of Black leaders in the civil rights movement. And the passage of this bill is why I am here with you today. My parents, who arrived in 1970, were among the first cohorts of people to come to the United States after the softening of previous immigration laws allowed for the first time in generations the emigration of people from countries across Asia. Our personal histories, Chinatown's history, and PCDC's history are intimately American history. And tonight, we are celebrating the success of generations of people who worked and fought and struggled to bring forth a world that holds our children, our elders, and all of us in our moments of greatest need. The fruits of this are engendered in PCDC and the projects it shepherds. As we reflect on the past, we cannot help but think toward what lies ahead. We are living in difficult times, and I take hope from the myriad acts of bravery and compassion that we see across our city as neighbors stand up for our neighbors, as our elected officials stand up for us, and I see the connections that these acts have forged on full display here tonight. And so, it is my supreme honor to present a Senate citation to PCDC in celebration of this momentous occasion. May PCDC have another 60 years of success in living its mission, and then another 60 years after that. May we all continue to come together to meet the challenges that face us with resolve and with joy. Congratulations and thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Next, it's my pleasure to invite Councilman Mark Squilla to the stage, please, for some comments.
Good evening, everyone. What an honor it is to be here. 60 years. Amazing. You know, I know we're celebrating the Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year, Year of the Horse. This is probably the longest Chinese New Year celebrations we've had this year, starting in early February to May. So this made a record. But it's worth it for 60 years for PCDC. And 60 years of advocacy. And as we recognize PCDC, you can't do that without recognizing Cecilia yet. So let's give Cecilia a great round of applause. But we have John Chin that was able to stand on Cecilia's shoulders and continue that legacy brought forward. And all the things that PCDC does, whether it's affordable housing, whether it's programs for youth, whether it's business improvements, whether it's talking about parking or street repairs, lights, everything. They do it in a way that don't accept any accolades. They do it because the main purpose of keeping Chinatown alive for the next generation. So let's give John Chin and PCDC a great round of applause. I'd like to invite my colleague, Councilmember Landau, to come up. We're going to read a citation from City Council. And before we do that, all the honorees, the Community Service Awards especially, but no one better to receive a Legacy Award than our friend Dan Hilferty. Congratulations, well deserved. So today I'm going to read a little bit of the citation, my colleague, Councilmember Landau and myself, to honor PCDC on this great occasion. So whereas the Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation was founded in 1966 by Chinatown residents, merchants, and community leaders in response to the threat posed by urban renewal and displacement, was established to advocate for the preservation, stability, and future of Philadelphia's Chinatown. Whereas since its founding, PCDC has served as leading advocates for Chinatown, working to protect the community during periods of major urban change, including transportation, infrastructure development, while adjusting the evolving needs of residents and businesses. And
whereas Philadelphia is home to a significant Chinese American population, many of whom are immigrants facing language, housing, and economic barriers, and Chinatown remains Center City's last remaining minority neighborhood, as well as a vital cultural, commercial corridor. And whereas PCDC has demonstrated an ongoing commitment to serving low-income and immigrant AAPI residents through expanded program and services, including housing counseling, family services, financial assistance, tax preparation, small business support, and cross-cultural wellness initiatives. And
whereas PCDC has also been instrumental in public safety for transportation planning efforts, including the participation in Highway Safety Improvement Project with PennDOT, the Delaware Valley Regional Planning Commission, and the Office of Transportation and Infrastructure Systems to improve pedestrian safety with traffic conditions along Vine Street, as well as the new continued project for the Stitch to cap and cover the Vine Street Expressway to connect Chinatown. Through its spurs, PCDC has made lasting contributions not only to Chinatown, but the city of Philadelphia as a whole, advancing equitable development, community stability, and civic engagement. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the City of Philadelphia does hereby recognize and honor Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation on the occasion of its 60th anniversary, and to commend the organizations for its long-standing service, leadership, dedication to the residents of Philadelphia. Gong xi fa choi, xi xi.
Stay in the middle. Oh, wait, the photographer's right there.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, wait, listen to me.
Okay, whatever. That's good.
Oh, John, somebody. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Next, I invite Representative for the Governor, Josh Shapiro, Governor of Pennsylvania. Regine Carew, please come up and offer your remarks on behalf of Governor Shapiro.
Good evening, everyone. Happy AAPI Heritage Month, happy May Day, and of course, happy 60th anniversary to PCDC. Just want to take a moment to thank all the board members, members of staff, volunteers, and of course, sponsors who made this evening possible. My name is Regine Carew, and it's my highest honor and privilege to serve in Governor Shapiro's administration as the Executive Director for the Commission on AAPI Affairs. The Governor sends his greetings and regards to PCDC for this 60th anniversary, which I'm going to read out. It is my pleasure to join the Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation to welcome you to their 60th anniversary celebration. Our Commonwealth is comprised of rich, vibrant, and diverse communities that provide a wealth of knowledge and culture for all to enjoy. Chinatown is the perfect example. PCDC has done incredible work to preserve, protect, and promote Chinatown, including being the only institution in Chinatown to address the needs of urban renewal and affordable housing development. For 60 years, PCDC has acted as an advocate for over 44,000 Chinese Americans that reside in Philadelphia. With the leadership of PCDC, significant work has been done to improve the quality of life in Chinatown for both visitors as well as residents. I wish to extend my appreciation and support for the work that PCDC has done, and I'm certain that they will continue to be a vital voice for their community and represent Pennsylvania with great distinction for many years to come. As Governor and on behalf of all Pennsylvanians, I'm happy to recognize the Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation as they celebrate their 60th anniversary. Please accept my best wishes for a memorable event. Given under my hand and the seal of the Governor at the City of Harrisburg, the first day of May 2026, the year of the Commonwealth 250th, Governor Josh Shapiro.
Thank you so much. And now, a couple of our elected officials could not be here with us tonight, but they want to share their messages with us for our 60th anniversary. Take a look at the screen.
Hi, Congressman Brendan Boyle here, and I am so proud that I get to brag that I represent our Chinatown in the United States Congress. Congratulations to everyone at the Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation on your 60th anniversary, an incredible milestone. I just wish I could be with you right now in person to help you celebrate this great achievement. Chinatown, as you know, is an irreplaceable part of our city, and I'm grateful to each and every one of you and the many others who have helped supported PCDC's mission throughout these 6 decades. As the first Chinatown CDC in the nation, you have led the way and made a difference in the lives of so many Philadelphians. Now, it's my honor to share some good news. I've entered into the official congressional record a citation honoring the vital work of PCDC and all of your community partners. I look forward to continuing to partner with you to deliver for our neighbors for many years to come. But once again, congratulations to John and everyone else at PCDC on your 60th anniversary.
Good evening. I'm Representative Mary Isaacson. Earlier, I was proud to present a citation from the Pennsylvania House of Representatives recognizing the 60th anniversary and all the accomplishments of PCDC. I am so pleased to be celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation. Chinatown's roots trace back to the late 19th century, where Chinese immigrants started their neighborhood in an area once known as the Red Light District. With dedication and hard work, Chinatown has transformed into the amazing cultural destination it is today while maintaining a family-oriented community with businesses, churches, and cultural organizations. PCDC was founded by Cecilia Moy Yep in 1966, when the grassroots efforts to protect and preserve Chinatown started and still continue today by a new generation, 60 years later. The mission of PCDC has been to preserve, protect, and promote Chinatown. Under John Chin's leadership, the organization continues to grow and advocate for this community with affordable housing initiatives, community organization, and growth, but still maintain the essence of Chinatown and its culture. Recently, we rededicated the new repurposed mural, History of Chinatown, the story that never ends, and it never will, with the dedication of the community and PCDC. Happy 60th anniversary.
Thank you. And now I want to invite Harry Leon to give the invocation. Please pretend you didn't eat the salad.
All right, what a blessing it is to gather together. So would you join me in prayer as we recognize the 60th anniversary and all the people that brought this about? Would you pray with me? Father in heaven, we give you thanks because you love us and you have all the things that are good for our community. And I pray that you would continue to bless the PCDC and Chinatown and the city of Philadelphia. We thank you for these past 60 years and the ways that you have carried this organization, and we look forward to another 60 years of your blessings as we protect, preserve, and promote our community. We pray for our leadership. We give you thanks for the leaders and the staff that have faithfully served these many years. We give you thanks for the supporters and the sponsors and the friends that we have had over these many years. We ask, Father, that you would bless them as you have blessed our community. And we give thanks for the gathering this evening, for the food that's before us and the fellowship that's around the table. And we pray this in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Harry, thank you so much for blessing the dinner and PCDC. Now we have the distinct honor of welcoming someone whose vision and hard work built the very foundation of this organization. I was honored to share with you about Cecilia Moy Yep earlier. As one of PCDC's founders, she played a pivotal role in building a voice for Chinatown at a time when it was needed most. Her leadership, courage, and commitment laid the groundwork for the work we continue today. Please join me in welcoming Cecilia Moy Yep.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to see so many people here celebrating with us for our 60th anniversary. It doesn't seem that long, but then again, 60 years could be a lifetime. So thank you very much. On behalf of PCDC, I am delighted to present the Legacy Leadership Award. This newly introduced award celebrates a leader whose impact resembles that and reflects the influence of PCDC over the past 60 years. We are pleased and proud to recognize Dan Hilferty as the inaugural recipient. I have known Dan for many years and have seen his impact up close. Dan, Dan currently serves as chairman and CEO of Comcast Spectator and is also the governor of the Philadelphia Flyers. Dan spent much of his time in healthcare, including the decade that he was the president and CEO of Independence Blue Cross. Dan, with his excuse me again. During that time, Dan improved health care, lowered costs, and he strengthened health outlook for our community. Dan's leadership has also brought Philadelphia to the world stage. In 2015, he was part of the group that brought Pope Francis to Philadelphia. And then again, this summer, we're going to have the FIFA World Cup, thanks to Dan. On behalf of PCDC, we want to thank Dan for his transformational leadership in healthcare and his lifelong commitment to elevate Philadelphia on the world stage. Please join me as we congratulate Dan Hilferty. Thanks.
So great.
Okay, you can take
Can you
over.
stay here for 1 second, Cecilia?
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. I just would like to take a minute. At the beginning of the program, we heard about Cecilia's past and how Cecilia stood up for what was right, not only for her family as a widow, but for the community that she served. And I believe, John Chin, it would be apropos that I say tonight that I share this award with Cecilia because you are a true hero, not only to the Chinatown community, but to all of us. So thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Cecilia, thank you for that kind introduction. John Chin, Margaret Chin, congratulations to the entire board of the Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation for 60 years of just amazing success. Cecilia and I have known each other for over 20 years. We served on the board together of the Urban Affairs Coalition, and you can rest assured that her reach went far beyond the borders of Chinatown, far beyond the borders of the entire Philadelphia community, and served people from every walk of life, from every nationality, from every race, from every religion, throughout this great city and region. As everyone has said, and I could not agree more, Chinatown is a cultural crown jewel of Philadelphia, a vibrant and equitable neighborhood that, while one of a kind, is also representative of the spirit of our city. And it is what it is, in no small part, because of the work of the PCDC team. So can we acknowledge the team again of PCDC? It's truly an honor for me to receive the Legacy of Leadership Award. I have long admired the work of PCDC, and this recognition means more than I can fully express tonight. I accept this award with deep gratitude on behalf of my wife, Joan, and Todd Glickman and our entire team, his wife, Megan, and the entire team at Comcast Spectacor, and Brett Perkins and others from our parent, Comcast. What shaped this community is collaboration. Cecilia stood for collaboration, Margaret stands for collaboration, John stands for collaboration, everyone who supports the work of PCDC stands for collaboration. As Joan and I were driving in this evening, it dawned on us that here we are on basically the corner of the great Chinatown community, sitting in this building that represents the writing of the Constitution of the United States of America. And not too far behind us is the building where our forefathers got together to write the Declaration of Independence. And it was because of those writings, because of those laws that followed, the people from all parts of the world. Senator Saval, you told your story, where people from all parts of the world came to this great nation. And they came here to seek freedom, to seek the opportunity to grow a family, raise a family, to seek the opportunity to practice a religion or not practice a religion, to love who they want to love, to be in a place where they could prosper in peace. And it dawned on me even further, and Joan and I talked about that, and this is not a political comment, simply that part of that promise that was made to this country and is represented by that lady that stands in the harbor in New York's harbor with that beacon shining in the air. Send us your huddled masses, yearning to be free. We are testing that today. And it's important that each and every one of us, regardless of our political beliefs, that we work hard to ensure that just like our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents who struggled to come to this great country, that we will set up an orderly process so that those who want to share in the dream that is America, dream that is United States of America, will have the opportunity to go through a peaceful process where it's determined that they can join us and that we together will continue to grow this country in peace and in harmony, just as PCDC does every single day, not only for the Chinatown community, for all of us that have the great fortune to not only work or live near or in Chinatown, but everyone that passes through this great neighborhood. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Hey, man. Bye. Thanks very much.
Oh, let's go Flyers.
Dan, thank you for those wonderful and important and timely remarks. And yes, let's go Flyers. Very exciting time in Philadelphia right now. And now I'd like to invite PCDC's Executive Director, John Chin, to return to the stage to share the organization's history, its impact over the past 6 decades, and its vision for the future. From advocacy to empowerment, 60 years of building home, hope, and heritage.
All right. So, again, thank you for being here tonight. There's so much I would love to say, but I only have 4 minutes to say it. So, tonight, I'm going to try to deliver the punchline, and I hope it hits the mark. So, PCDC is 60 years old, but we never set out to be enduring. In 1966, we set out to protect Chinatown from extinction from federal urban renewal policies that would have erased our Chinatown from the map. We set out to preserve Chinatown, which was founded as a sanctuary against anti-Chinese sentiment, Here, Chinese immigrants found safety in numbers, jobs, homes, and entrepreneurial opportunities, and built lives along others who had also been pushed to the margins of society. The American experience for Chinese immigrants has never been easy. When the first Chinese arrived on our shores in 1848, drawn by the tales of a gold mountain in California, tens of thousands, when they arrived, faced special levies, taxes, and fees imposed on no one else. Chinese workers were paid less to build the Transcontinental Railroad, completed in 1869. Seeking fairer opportunities, many migrated to the east. So there, in 1871, the first Chinese business in Philadelphia, a laundry, was opened by Li Fong at 913 Ray Street. Then, in 1882, then President Chester Arthur signed the Chinese Exclusion Act, the only federal law in U.S. history that banned immigrants solely based on nationality, following decades of violence, discrimination, and even massacres against the Chinese. Now, to Dan's point, going back even further to the founding of this country, 1776, the United States of America was founded on the promise that all people are created equal. In 1789, the Constitution spelled out those rights. Yet, we know and have always known that those ideals have not been evenly applied. When we preserve Chinatown, we're not resisting change. We're preserving a place that honors the struggle of a people to be American. PCDC was founded, go ahead. PCDC was founded because our elders understood something essential. Chinatown would not survive on goodwill alone. It needed organization, it needed advocacy, it needed vision. And it needed people willing to stand up and say that this community mattered. So PCDC stands up for Chinatown every single day. And in just the last decade, we have developed the Crane Community Center, created 2,000 units of housing, kept small businesses alive during the COVID pandemic and shutdown. And now we stand at the cusp of reconnecting Chinatown through the Chinatown Stitch Capping Project. So looking ahead, we are advancing an equity plan to ensure Chinatown remains a place where families can live, small businesses can thrive, and Asian American identity can be celebrated as a vital part of this region. But Chinatown's future depends on those who will carry the torch forward. That is why it is so meaningful to hear tonight from our young folks, Miranda Gao and Sebastian Chung. They represent what comes next for Chinatown, and they will write the next chapters of our story. So Chinatown's success has always depended on your partnership and support. So let us commit tonight together to ensuring Chinatown remains a place of home, hope, and heritage for generations to come. Thank you. Congratulations to all of PCDC's members on the 60th celebration. Thank you.
John, thank you so much. It is a great vision for the future. As I said earlier, we know that Chinatown is in good hands, so thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And now I'd like to ask PCDC board member David Chung up to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. As much as this evening's is about honoring PCDC's 60-year legacy, it's also about its potential in the future. Our organization's impact has touched many lives in Chinatown and beyond, whether it's through providing affordable housing, financial education, business assistance, or access to community spaces or the beautiful gymnasium at the Creighton Center. As we look towards the future, we would like to highlight the voices of our youth and how PCDC has shaped their lives through their connection with Chinatown. Please join me in welcoming Miranda Gao, a high school student and PCDC youth participant, and Sebastian Zheng, professor of international education at New York University and former PCDC volunteer from 2009 to 2014. Please give them a warm welcome to the stage.
Hi everyone, my name is Miranda and I'm a resident of Chinatown and a longtime youth participant and volunteer with PCDC. I'm an example of how PCDC invests in youth and prepares us to give back to our community and preserve our culture. My journey with PCDC started when I was just a little kid. I volunteered with the Chinatown food distribution during COVID-19. With my mom when I was only in 6th grade. We spent hours each week handing out food to families in need. At the time, it felt overwhelming as we were there for many hours and many people were struggling. But I also saw something powerful. PCDC staff and volunteers made people feel welcomed and safe. Through this experience, I learned about teamwork, communication, and what it meant to support your community. A few years later, I joined PCDC's out-of-school time program at Crane. I started in 8th grade, and now I'm in my 4th year. This program has helped me grow more than I have ever expected. OST is more than just an after-school program. It's a community. It's a place where we support each other academically and build friendships and talk openly about mental health. Through workshops and group activities, I've learned how to manage stress, resolve conflicts, and express myself with confidence. PCDC has also helped me prepare for the future through college workshops and guidance that are especially important for students like me in an immigrant community. During the summer, I participated in PCDC's career-connected learning program where I learned to work in a team and create a yearbook. I learned skills like photography, and collaboration and how to work towards a shared goal. I've applied what I learned at PCDC at an internship in the biomedical research lab at CHOP, where I work alongside students and researchers on different scientific projects. Even as I've grown, I've stayed connected to PCDC. I continue to volunteer at events like the night market and fundraising for banquets, where I've had long-lasting relationships and friendships through my community. Thanks to PCDC, I've grown into someone who is confident, motivated, and someone who is committed to giving back. Thank you to PCDC staff and supporters for investing in youth like me. Because of programs like that, I truly believe in the next generation of Chinatown has a bright future. Thank you.
This is a moment where I regret going second. Hello, everyone. My name is Sebastian Zheng, faculty member at NYU. But today I wear a hat I'm much more proud to wear, which is former volunteer at PCDC. I checked with Miranda beforehand that she's taking the SAT classes at PCDC, and then I apologized to her saying that 18 years ago, I was the one who started this program. A little bit of the origins of how we started this program. I was a public middle school teacher in San Francisco, and then I made the bad decision to go back to grad school. When I was my first semester at Penn, I realized I didn't feel like I was doing much with my life. I was studying and learning about Marx, right? And just a semester ago, I was drowning in the woes of young people and their families. So I emailed 100 nonprofits in Philadelphia, and only one person responded initially, and it was Rachel. In the email, I said I'm certified in California and Massachusetts to be a math teacher and to be a biology teacher, but maybe I could do some test prep. She was willing to meet me. I think we met in the parking lot at 8 a.m. I don't even think it was a weekday. And she said, okay, we'll try it out. For the first month, I brought buns from Chinatown. And for nostalgia's sake, I went to the same bread top store and bought the buns just this afternoon. At some point, Rachel was like, "Where are you getting these buns from?" And I'm like, "Girl, I didn't steal these. I just bought them." And she's like, "No, you can ask for money from this." And then I thought, could we buy SAT books? Because Lord knows I was making illegal copies, right? And then she said, we can also buy the SAT books. And the group that we started, it was 2 hours every Monday, sometimes on Fridays. The advertisement, the pitch, particularly to the parents, was come for the SATs. Magically, like sometimes 40 students would show up. But we always reserve 30 minutes to talk about their lives, right? I joined PCDC as a volunteer in a time where there was a lot of trauma in Philadelphia schools. We talked about we talked about some real shit in those classes, much more important than I think SATs, right? Similar conversations where if I was running the group today, we would talk about why about 100 feet down south, we have plaques that talk about our founding fathers and their history of slave ownership and how those plaques are now removed, right? We would talk about those things. So I know I'm almost up at my 2 minutes or 3 minutes, right? It is such an honor to be invited back. Rachel, I hope you...
Mabel?
Oh, this is like in the Oscars when you're like, get off stage, right? So I'll be real fast, right? But this is better than the Oscars. Like this is a better gala. My wish for my students, right? My students who are now in PhD programs, who are medical doctors, who gasp, are married with children, right? I'm like, you were 13 when I met you. This is unacceptable. My wish for them is that they remember that this was made possible through an organization that took a little bit of a chance on some weirdo like me, right? And my wish for all of you is that, if not personally, that you've had the experience of benefiting from PCDC and what it does for the community, that you talk to people like Miranda that continue to benefit, and for 60 more years for PCDC at least. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Miranda and Sebastian. Thank you for your hard work and your sacrifice and for exemplifying that PCDC is building a rich and strong pipeline. By the way, we would never do that to you. They did that to the K-pop Demon Hunters guy at the Oscars, and everyone went crazy, so we're not doing that anymore. We now move to a very special moment in tonight's program, the Community Service Awards. This recognition honors individuals whose dedication, leadership, and service have made a meaningful impact on our community. We are proud to celebrate 8 outstanding awardees this evening. As their names are called, we invite them to come forward to receive their awards. We would also like to invite PCDC's Board of Officers to the stage to present the Community Service Awards. Please hold your applause until the very end. Thank you.
Father Tom Betts has devoted his life to serving our community with compassion, integrity, and unwavering commitment. As one of our Community Service Award recipients, he has made a lasting impact through his leadership at Holy Redeemer Chinese Catholic Church and School, guiding both spiritual growth and education for countless families. He's also served as chair of the PCDC board, where his wisdom and principled guidance strengthened the organization and amplified its impact on the community. Father Tom began his ministry as a young Franciscan Capuchin at St. John the Evangelist Church. His intellect, compassion, and legal degree marked him as a man of exceptional vocation. Despite many opportunities, he intentionally returned to Chinatown, answering God's call to serve where he was most needed. At the heart of Father Tom's work is his unwavering commitment to the poor, immigrants, and the marginalized. He has spent thousands of hours representing defendants in criminal court, advocating for immigrants at their immigration hearings, and supporting parishioners facing hardship, fear, and uncertainty. To many, he has been far more than a priest. He is a trusted advocate, counselor, and source of hope. His extraordinary service has been recognized with numerous honors, including awards from the Philadelphia Bar Association, the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, Pope John Paul II, and the Catholic Lawyers Thomas More Society. Father Tom's life exemplifies leadership, service, and compassion. We are truly honored to celebrate his remarkable contributions today. Mabel Chai Chan, along with her family, opened Joy Sin Lo in 1983, growing it into a cornerstone of Chinatown's business and community life. Under her decades-long leadership, the restaurant became far more than a successful enterprise. It emerged as a social gathering place for families, community organizations, and civic leaders. Joy Sin Lo was the go-to destination for U.S. presidents and elected officials visiting Chinatown, etching its role as a bridge between the neighborhood and the broader civic landscape. Beyond the restaurant, Mabel has been a tireless advocate for Chinatown, supporting small businesses, mentoring future restaurateurs, and committing herself to community service through philanthropy and cultural programming. One of the very few women to ascend to the chairmanship of the Chinese Benevolent Association, she made history as the organization's few female presidents. Deeply rooted in Chinese culture, Mabel is also passionate about performing Chinese opera, an art form through which she expresses heritage, storytelling, and tradition. During the past decade, Mabel has dedicated herself to interweaving Chinatown into the American way of life, while proudly celebrating what it means to be Chinese American, most visibly through the community's participation in Philadelphia's Welcome America July 4th parade. Through vision, resilience, cultural pride, and generosity, Mabel Chan has helped shape both the civic and cultural fabric of Chinese American life in Philadelphia. Andy Eng was a pillar of Philadelphia's Chinatown, guided by deep devotion to family and an unwavering belief in the power of community. Known for his warmth and generosity, Andy lived by the principle that success carries a responsibility to give back. He deeply cherished Holy Redeemer Catholic School and the PCDC, donating his time, passion, and resources to ensure their continued strength. Andy and his wife Joanna built their home just north of the Vine Street Expressway and operated their wholesale food business just south of it, living across a divide he hoped one day would be reconnected. A faithful supporter of the Crane Community Center, Andy shared PCDC's vision of the Chinatown Stitch. If he was here today, he would say that Chinatown gave him the success to support his family and to give back to his employees and the community he loves so deeply. Sandy Fox Jones is an entrepreneur and longtime champion of Chinatown and the broader Philadelphia community. She founded the Abstract Company in 1987, building a title company rooted in personalized client service. For more than 30 years, Sandy has been a dedicated supporter of PCDC, initially working alongside founder Cecilia Moy Yep, and now PCDC's neighborhood planning team to help community members secure affordable housing. Her efforts included helping community members secure homes at Hing Hua Yuan, a mixed-income housing development, which was the first of many PCDC projects drawing residents to the north side of the Vine Street Expressway. Beyond her work in housing advocacy, Sandy is an active supporter of the Asian American Women's Coalition and numerous nonprofits, including theaters. A mentor to many, she is widely known for breaking barriers, lifting others as she leads, and transforming challenges into opportunities for lasting community impact. Mary Graham has dedicated her career to ensuring all children have access to high-quality early care and education. Over the last 50 years, under Mary's leadership, Children's Village has served as a cornerstone in Philadelphia's Chinatown community, providing families with nationally accredited preschool and out-of-school time programming, family support services, and year-round inclusive childcare. Founded as one of the first industry-related state-licensed childcare centers in Center City, Philadelphia, Children's Village was originally created to support children of parents working in the garment industry. Decades later, its impact spans generations. Former Children's Village students now enroll their own children in the program, and some have returned as educators themselves. Mary Graham's commitment extends beyond daily operations. As highlighted in the Philadelphia Inquirer, she continues to advocate for children's health and well-being, pushing back against the fast foodification of school food and promoting nutritious, equitable options for all students. As Children's Village celebrates 50 years of excellence, Mary's legacy is reflected in a thriving, intergenerational community rooted in access, quality, and care. Harry Leong is a lifelong resident of Philadelphia's Chinatown who lives and works in the very community where he was born. His commitment to Chinatown is not just professional, but deeply personal. Serving as Community Outreach Director at the Chinese Christian Church and Center, Harry dedicates himself 7 days a week, often around the clock, to serving God, the youth, and the residents of the community he calls home. When not busy, he has acted as his own town watch, making sure that the residents of Chinatown are safe. Harry instills in youth a sense of place and belonging through his numerous programs: summer day camps, SAT preparation classes, recreational sports, youth ministries, and other year-round enrichment opportunities. His work is rooted in a belief that strong community support, faith, and positive mentorship can shape brighter futures for the next generation. Harry believes that the future of Chinatown is dependent on the future generations acting as its guardians. Harry is also the president of the Philadelphia Suns, a youth sports organization that infuses cultural traditions through its Chinese lion dancing training. His long-standing involvement with the Suns, as well as his connection to the North American Chinese Basketball Association, has given him a national perspective of the important roles that Chinatowns serve. We are honored to recognize Chinatown's very own Harry Leong. Andy Toy is a longtime Philadelphia community leader and public servant, with more than 30 years of experience strengthening neighborhoods and putting people first. A former manager in Philadelphia's Department of Commerce, Andy supported small businesses, promoted equitable economic growth, and helped neighborhoods succeed. Deeply rooted in Chinatown, Andy was past chair of the PCDC board and its planning committee, helping guide community-led planning and development. He also helped guide the early stages of the development of the Crane Community Center, a landmark project that delivered long overdue recreational, educational, and gathering space for Chinatown's residents and visitors. Andy focused on protecting vulnerable communities, expanding affordable housing, and ensuring residents have a voice in development decisions. A former candidate for Philadelphia City Council, Andy believes a strong city is built by honoring the humanity of every resident. Ida Chen's life is a story of resilience, leadership, and historic firsts. Born in Hong Kong and raised across Switzerland, Brazil, and Indonesia, she brought a global perspective with her when her family settled in the United States, one that would shape a lifelong commitment to justice and public service. From 1976 to 1986, she served as a trial attorney for the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, where she fought employment discrimination in federal courts across multiple states. In 1986, she was appointed by Mayor W. Wilson Goode as the first Asian to serve as a commissioner on the Philadelphia Commission on Human Relations. Shortly after her appointment, she was embroiled in a cultural controversy involving street signs posted in the Korean language, which sparked a large protest meeting in the Olney section of Philadelphia. In 1987, following a judicial crisis, she was appointed as the first Asian female judge in Pennsylvania. Just 2 years later, she made history again as the first Asian female elected citywide in Philadelphia. Today, Judge Chen serves in the Court of Common Pleas Family Court Division, presiding over domestic violence cases with compassion and resolve. Her impact extends far beyond the bench. In February 2021, she helped PCDC to bring one of the earliest COVID-19 vaccine clinics to Philadelphia's Chinatown, ensuring access for residents facing language barriers and digital illiteracy. She is also co-founder of the Asian American Women's Coalition, advancing leadership and mutual support for Asian American women. In 2003, she was called upon to chair a critical ethics committee for the city of Philadelphia. Under her leadership, the committee's recommendations strengthened ethics laws, prohibited gifts to public officials, and led to the reestablishment of the Philadelphia Ethics Board, with the power to investigate and enforce accountability. These efforts ultimately led to a change to the Home Rule Charter. Judge Ida Chen's legacy is defined not only by the barriers she broke, but by the communities she continues to uplift.
Let's give them a round of applause. As they come up to the stage, I'm told there's one last door prize draw. You can either write your phone number on the back of your business card or the raffle ticket. They're coming around for it. Some great door prizes, all right? Come on up, awardees, please. Awardees. Don't be shy. Look how humble they are. Yes. Yes.
Don't fall off. All right. Don't fall off. Don't fall off. That's all. Okay, this is us. This is your son. Very grand. You see? Got your group? Yeah, I think. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of our awardees on your well-deserved recognition. As impressive as your accomplishments is your ability to all get together on this one stage so beautifully for a photo. Thank you so much to Lorraine Ballard-Morrill of iHeartRadio for providing a beautiful voiceover to honor tonight's Community Service awardees. We were saying off stage that she has such a perfect voice that someone actually thought it was AI generated. So Lorraine, you are awesome. Thank you so much. I'd like to invite John Chin back up to the stage. I think we're going to do the raffle, right?
What am I supposed to do now?
The raffle.
Oh, the door prize? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You okay with the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to do it together?
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know where it is.
You run it. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. We are going to do the door prize draw right now. And I know some folks might not have participated in the time capsule activity. So if you want to participate, it's free. And you only get one raffle ticket per person. So if you'd like to participate, please write on the back of your business card or like the program booklet. Just tear it off, give it to us, and we'll exchange it for a raffle ticket. And you just raise your hand and we'll come and get you. Okay, back over here. You're going to stand right here and I'm going to.
Do you want help? You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, as we are doing the door prizes at the moment, I'm just going to take this opportunity to thank you for your patience with us tonight. I hope you enjoyed the program, enjoyed the company, and more importantly, thank you for spending our 60th celebration with us here tonight at the Constitution Center. You know, I appreciate what Dan Hilfriede said about the Constitution, about the founding of America. Let's keep that in mind and let's do everything that we can to preserve the freedoms that we have in this country. Thank you and have a good night. Did my friend Todd want to come up and say a few words? Okay, how many prizes we got? 3? All right. We got 3 door prizes. Who's the lucky winner? LeMay, you gonna help us out? That's right. All right. If I can read this. Okay, the number is 796001. 796001. Let's get the second ticket. Ticket number 2, 795994. 795994. And then ticket number 3, the last door prize is 796337. 796337. 795994. 796001. I think we got one right here. All right. Oh, John. Is that John over there? Sanborn. 001-796-001. All right. There you go. Congratulations. Oh. Very good. Number 2. Number, third one. Door prize number 3. 994. Hey, John, congratulations. Wow, you're a winner. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you, LeMay. Thank you. Thank you, Judy.